Namaskar and welcome to the Power System Operation e-learning course under Mission Karmayogi initiative. Please note, this course uses narration, so remember to turn on your speakers or headphones while taking the course. You can also view the course transcript by clicking the Notes button above. Click Start button to proceed further. Electricity is not directly available in nature. It is generated by converting various primary energy sources and delivered to its end users through transmission and distribution networks. Since electrical power cannot easily be stored in large quantities, generation and consumption should match in real time to meet demands on a national scale. The system operator is on the front line, ensuring reliable delivery of electricity. When major system disturbances occur, it is the system operator's job to quickly respond and restore the grid to safe operating conditions. POSOCO is India's system operating entity, responsible for monitoring and ensuring round-the-clock integrated operation of the Indian power system in a reliable and secure manner. In this course, we will learn how the Indian power system operates. This course is spread over 10 modules. Power System Overview. Power System Fundamentals. Load Generation Balance. Power System Elements. Power System Economic Dispatch. Reliability and Resilience. Renewable Energy Integration. Power System Monitoring. Power System Scenario Analysis. Power System Stability. Ritika Agrawal is a new recruit at POSOCO. She has to undergo various training during the training period. Mr. Sachin Roy is a senior executive in POSOCO. Today, Mr. Sachin will provide her training on power system operation. This course will be based on the conversation of Ritika Agrawal and Sachin Roy. Hi Ritika, how are you?
I am fine, sir. How about you?
I am also fine. Shall we start the training?
Sure, sir.
Module 1, Power System Overview. After going through this module, you will be able to identify the dimensions of the Indian power system, outline the working of transmission system operator and independent system operator, discuss the regulations and standards of the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission and Central Electricity Authority, identify the growth in electricity generation capacity and analyze the electricity transactions of power exchanges and traders.
Okay.
Let us go through the historical growth of the power system in India. The first hydro generating station was established in 1897, while the first thermal station was established in 1899. The first legislation to regulate the electricity sector was the Electricity Act in 1910. Initially, the systems were isolated in nature with little interconnections. Pre-independence, the availability of electricity supply was limited to urban areas. Post-independence, the Electricity Supply Act was enacted in 1948 for the development of the electricity sector in India. The state electricity boards were established, which were expected to develop transmission networks and form state grids. In the 1960s, central power PSUs were established, and the interconnection of state grids and the formation of regional grids started for sharing energy resources on regional lines. Private participation in generation was allowed in the 90s. However, it was delicensed under the Electricity Act, 2003. The Act overhauled the governance and structure of the power sector to encourage private participation. Since 1991, the regional grids have been integrated for a robust national grid allowing freedom to carry power from across the country. Let us now go through some common terms or units. Click each button to learn.
What is 1 joule per second, 1 megawatt with 3000 kilowatts, 1 gigawatt with 1000 watts. India's India's installed generation capacity 395 gigawatts. Not large, not huge. The megawatts, gigawatt, 300 gigawatts. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's cool. Equal 5 kilowatts. So 395 megawatt kilowatt divided by 3. 16, 13, 12. Yes. 4 billion 66 million megawatt. Which is okay.
The
Next.
power systems can be demarcated into three major parts: generation, transmission, and distribution. Electricity is generated from different sources, such as coal, gas, hydro, nuclear, biomass, geothermal, wind, solar, etc. Generally, generation is located away from the point of consumption. Therefore, the electrical energy is carried over the transmission and distribution system. The power generated is stepped up to very high voltages, carried over a network of high voltage transmission lines. Modern transmission systems are highly interconnected in nature and serve as a common carrier. Distribution systems connect to the transmission network and grow power which is stepped down to lower and safe voltages before being supplied to end consumers through a network of distribution cables or overhead fires. Let us now understand the dimensions of the Indian power system. Click each button to learn.
4 lakh 600 plus interregional capacity. HVDC is 13, international exchange 3 kilowatt plus. 2 kilowatt plus. Okay. And the world's and 50 was carrying on its spot. Instances, I think someone do. Okay. Solution. Peak demand. Peak demand is 200 kilowatts. Production capacity is 84. 150 food. and that is with a food whatever. Yeah, so I guess that is if so,
The Indian power system is the largest national synchronous grid in the world. India is ranked third in terms of electricity generation, electricity consumption, installed generation capacity, and transmission system length. We are ranked fourth in terms of wind and solar electricity generation and fifth in total renewable energy generation. We are ranked sixth in terms of hydro generation and ninth in the pump's storage installed capacity. Let us now learn a few system operators of the world. Click each hotspot to know its system operator.
TEPCO. You know, yes, GCC, okay. Yes, yeah. UPS. Yo. Let's see, BK, that's right, BK, okay. Yes. Okay, so,
Sir, please explain about transmission system operator.
After unbundling of the state electricity boards or SEBs, the role played by different participants was recognized and formed its own value stream. Transmission acts as a common carrier, enabling open access to the transmission system for crates by generators and consumers. System operation plays a central role in coordination and is recognized as a distinct activity in the structure. Globally, the system operators take two forms: transmission system operator or TSO and independent system operator or ISO. TSO is the entity that owns the transmission system and also serves as the system operator.
What is an independent system operator or ISO model?
In the ISO model, the system operator is a distinct entity from the transmission owner. Ritika, which organization in India acts as an ISO at the regional level?
Power System Operation Corporation Limited or POSOCO acts as an ISO at the regional level.
Very good. At the national and regional level, POSOCO acts as an ISO and at the state level, whereas the state load dispatch centers or SLDCs act as TSOs, as the SLDCs are generally part of the state transmission utilities.
Sir, how do the system operators help the market players?
Electricity in India, being a concurrent subject, has separate areas of jurisdiction with corresponding or policy-making powers resting with the respective state governments and the Ministry of Power under the central government. The Ministry of Power has many statutory bodies working under it at the regulatory level, such as the Central Electricity Authority or CEA, and the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission or CERC. The State Electricity Regulatory Commissions or SERCs are under the respective state government. The national and regional load dispatch centers under the POSOCO umbrella and SLDCs at the state levels function as system operators. They serve as a vital link between the administrators, planners, and regulators on one end and the physical system and market players on the other end. Let's check your understanding. Select the correct option.
this is trying to capture the Indian power system.
The Indian grid is composed of 5 electrical regions which had limited radial or asynchronous interconnections. In 1991, synchronous interconnections were established between the regions progressively. In 1991, the northeastern region was synchronized with the eastern region. In 2003, The eastern and northeastern regions were synchronized with the western region to form the central grid. In 2006, the northern region was synchronized with this system. And finally, in 2013, southern region was synchronized, forming an all-India grid and a single pan-India frequency for the first time. The interconnection of different regions allowed markets to merge into a pan-India single market for electricity.
Sir, please explain the system operations.
System operation is a continuous process that goes on 24 by 7. A wide gamut of activities enables safe and secure system operation. These can be understood in terms of the time frames in which they occur. These time frames include operational planning phase, real-time operation phase, and post-dispatch analysis phase. Click each button to learn its major activities. Operational planning deals with demand forecasts and helps in coordination of planned and emergency outages. It also mentions assessment of transfer capability of the network and defense mechanisms.
Operational planning.
Real-time operation monitors system parameters such as frequency, voltages, line loadings, etc. closely. It facilitates interstate, interregional, or transnational power exchanges. It supports in visualization and situational awareness and switching power system elements.
Exchanges.
Post-dispatch analysis is the analysis of grid events such as oscillation, fault analysis, extreme weather events analysis, etc. It provides operational feedback to planners and regulators. Let us now understand market operations. Market operations give understanding on nodal agencies for short-term open access or STOA, scheduling at the interstate level, metering and accounting, pool account administration, etc. For more details on market operations, please refer the course on market operations. Click each button to learn.
Regional load dispatch centers are the nodal agencies for the bilateral transaction without failure transactions. REC is for collective transactions, for exchanges, 3 for exchanges and 44 trading licenses. They were operational in India. But it's just 44 trading licenses. Scheduling at interstate level, scheduling of injection and withdrawal, roasting or block. 130 gigawatt schedule at interstate level, 95 gigawatt renewable schedule at interstate level. To energy shield dairy is approx. Okay. Metering. 1000 points, 1000 metering points. There are 8 parameters of withdrawal and injection in the state transmission system. Interface energy meters record energy, frequency data for and withdrawal. Each integrity and accounts preparation. Seven operation regulatory for accounts. Okay.
The power system operations are governed by legislation, government policies, regulations, and technical standards. At the interstate level, the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission or CERC is the regulatory body and its various regulations provide the framework to conduct different activities. The Central Electricity Authority or CEA generally specifies the technical standards for the power system. Click each logo to learn.
Contribution to access interstate transportation, grant of connectivity LT and NTO, with relief congestion, grant of grading license, marriage certificate, may exceed grid code, sharing ICS charges and losses, relation power supply, agreeing transmission facilities, analysis of performance, normal market, terms and conditions of tariff, strategic fund, deviations, being royalties, saving certificates, communication reform system, communication, oh, planning and voice system, possibility. Okay, things like grid channels, railway, station operating meters, medical channels for connectivity of the distribution generation sources, different heights to construction review.
Let us now understand the demand and generation characteristics of different electrical regions. Click each region to learn.
Comprises Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura. High hydro potential. Train channel for evacuation. What? Evacuation. Okay, this region. Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Sikkim. Sikkim. Okay. And high core reserves. Peak head northern region because of Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Delhi, Chandigarh, Jammu and Kashmir, and Ladakh. Snow-fed run-of-river hydro in Himalayan river systems. Highly weather sensitive low hydro, very sensitive low sediment. Reverse west usually forms. Okay. Western region, Uttar Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Warandi, Dadanagar area. Okay. Heavy industrial and agricultural roads. Ooh, that's heavy industrial heavy roads. High renewable potential and renewable installed capacity. Okay. Large generation installed capacity. It's a developed region. Western region. West is developed. Comprises of Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry. All these Tonga, Kannada, Pondicherry. High industrial and agriculture again, south. High concentration of agriculture. Monsoon dependent agriculture next.
Let's check your understanding. Select the correct option.
Operation feedback to panel G&D course expansion.
This visualization shows the variation of all India demands across a day and among different seasons. One of the axes shows the time of day, while the other axis shows different days across 1 year. The shape of the load curve undergoes a change between different seasons. In addition to diversity across time, there is also diversity across geography, but different regions and states have their own demand patterns. In India, energy scheduling and accounting are done at a time resolution of a block of 15 minutes. Demand can vary up to 3 to 5 gigawatts in one time block. Demand ramps up and down during morning and evening peaks with a typical ramp rate of up to 250 megawatts per minute, which can reach 500 megawatts per minute on some occasions. At all times, total generation has to be matched to the demand. Let us now go through the diversity in demand across different regions and states throughout a day and across different seasons. Here, The regional demand for 24 hours can be observed. The load shapes are different. It implies that each region experiences peak demand at different times in a day. In this graph, diversity across seasons can be observed. During July and August, there is a peak in the northern region. However, demand in the southern and western regions is low when the western region demand peaks in October. Depending on the seasons, the demand for each region increases or decreases. Let us now learn the major electricity generation sources and their characteristics. Click each image to learn.
80%? Oh, 80%. Oh, what? Rising net demand afterwards solar. Maximized in peak. Solar. Maximum during daytime. Tapering down during evening peak. Effective roof moment. Okay, wait. This is 2. Yeah, this is like the day. Okay. More productive in high wind season. Generally high wind night hours. Ooh, it is high wind. Okay. I go. What? How this happen? Mostly reserve mostly run of river, high improvement, maximizing evening morning peaks. Okay. Ooh.
Sir, how do control rooms maintain visualization and situational awareness?
The control rooms maintain visualization and situational awareness through numerous tools. The grid is monitored 24 by 7. Specialized decision support systems and tools are made available to the frontline system operators. A real-time security desk or RTSD is present in each control room to analyze the system performance and perform system studies. Tools such as real-time contingency analysis or RTCA evaluates possible contingencies and report the critical contingencies depending on the current system state. Dynamics Security Assessment or DSA analyzes the system for dynamic stability issues. Wide Area Monitoring System or WAMS provides visualization and analysis for fast phenomena at a resolution of 125th of a second over the entire country. Automatic Generation Control or AGC enables frequency control through automatic centralized generation redispatch. Scheduling and dispatch of injections and rolls are done across the states, regions, and national boundaries. In view of India's ongoing large-scale capacity addition of renewables, Renewable Energy Management Centers or REMCs have been established as specialized centers for managing renewable resources in 7 renewable-rich states, 3 are LDCs, and an LDC. Around 76 gigawatts of renewable capacity have been connected at 654 pooling stations pan-India, which are monitored in real time through REMCs. REMCs provide forecasting, scheduling, and imbalance handling of renewables. They provide real-time monitoring and situational awareness for renewable energy generation. The REMCs are collocated with our LDCs and an LDC, and they have been integrated with other processes and systems in the regional and national dispatch centers.
Sir, please explain the operational challenges.
Various external and internal challenges arise during operation. Natural disasters and weather phenomena pose a threat to secure grid operation. Over the years, the Indian power system has been able to withstand many floods, cyclones, and earthquakes. During winters, the occurrence of fog, and during the monsoons, silt in the river systems also has an impact on power system operation. POSOCO has collaborated with India Meteorological Department or IMD and the Indian Space Research Organization or ISRO for real-time weather information and weather warnings. Continuous monitoring and advanced preparedness are maintained for all such events and detailed advisories, mitigation, and contingency plans are preferred before these events. There are some challenges that arise from inside the power system also, which can arise in the form of delayed fault clearance, oscillations in the system or due to protection mal-operation. Grid management is a collaborative process involving many stakeholders across a continuum spanning a few seconds to several years. It starts with the preparation of a 15-year perspective plan by the Central Electricity Authority to real-time operation. Read the displayed information carefully.
See,
The task of grid management is undergoing a transition due to many emerging trends which pose new challenges and opportunities. Click each button to learn.
today's complexity with fast growth, interconnection size, diversity in demand, generation profiles, emergence new actors. Prosumers, aggregators, increased frequency of calamities, integration of distributed generation, new energy, deployment of new technologies, wire management, cyber security, technical and expense situation and precision response time. Okay. Resource reviewing, maximum information for metering, energy accounting settlement, to account registration, market surveillance, increase number of players, freedom and choice, market operating closer to real time, evolving marketing agent regulations, commercial consciousness, and time constrained activity.
Let's check your understanding. Select all that apply.
Word energy.
Let's check your understanding. Drag and drop each rank towards its correct head.
International thinking is great. Third in next generation, fourth in this. Good. Okay. What? The same one. No. Yes. Yes. Yes.
At the time of independence, India's generation capacity was 1360 megawatts. However, it was more than 390 gigawatts in December 2021. We have progressively expanded the generation capacity. Let us now see the contribution of thermal, hydro, and nuclear power plants. In terms of figures, Northern region contributes 25% in total electricity generation capacity, Eastern region contributes 11%,
Fuck.
Western region contributes 35%, and Southern and Northeastern regions contribute 28% and 1%,
1%.
respectively.
What? One.
Let us now understand sector-wise growth of generation capacity from 2000 to 2020. Installed capacity of generation and renewable through data. Click each button to learn.
Thousand installed capacity of generation. Okay, generation capacity. Installed capacity of generation. Installed capacity of generation capacity. What is the what is the state? Okay. Private central. Okay. Central is increasing. Okay. 2 megawatts. So that is 20 kilowatts. Private. Holy shit. Private because what? State. Central state टूटाच करेगा उसी private से universal है so capacity generation shit 60 people better like solar 11 biopower 2 small hydro 1 is hydro 12 okay ooh solar ah solar 11 3 hydro 12 wow wind 10 wow oh India is way ahead ooh small hydro okay biopower ooh nuclear 1 oh yeah nuclear so it's okay next solar okay renewable is solar obviously that's what I do solar then biopower okay small hydro okay what is nuclear okay nuclear enough next
Sir, what achievements have we gotten the transmission line since independence?
You should be proud to hear that. India has more than 7,25,000 kilometers of circuit line network. This figure was just 6,430 in 1947. Let us explore more about transmission line circuits expanded all over India. Flip each card to learn.
wait what is this Christian line circuit what Smash 320 kilovolt HVDC HVDC I always recurrent what the fuck I always recurrent oh my god yeah 280 kilometers okay so nothing 19 okay 190 I guess 40 kilovolts okay DC okay whoa cool 32 oh okay if I sandwich will be highest as force this 6,000 meters per hour over is with small gas.
Transmission is the key to connectivity and access to the market. And through technological advancements, India has achieved great success in transmission. In 1950, the highest level of transmission was 132 kV, however, it has now grown to more than 800 kV. This happened because of the introduction of technologies and by harnessing the economics of scale. Let us learn more about India's transmission. Click each button to learn.
HVDC.
HVDC back-to-back, 4 stations. HVDC bipole, 8 links. HVDC multi-terminal, 1 link connecting 3 regions. International HVDC, India-Bangladesh link. Facilitating bulk transfer within and across regions pan-India.
AFR 550 megawatt. 0.5. Bhutan 2 gigawatts. On the March. I don't care about Myanmar. I don't care Bangladesh. ওখানে না করছি বাংলাদেশ ছেড়ে Bhutan main priority targets. Nepal. Bhutan the pura priority.
Let us now go through the distribution of various models pan-India. Click each head to learn.
Oh, vertically integrated power department. Jammu Kashmir. So what is vertically integrated power? Private franchisee model. As in the case of private licensee. This is Jen was it? Yeah, this company. Private transmission, will include for department transmission, separation, JEDCOM, junction distribution. Okay. Unbundled with single public discounts. Okay, under multiple discounts, vertically integrated, we have this. Wow, because we came ago. There is a integrated. Here, transmission is separated out. These single determinant and single public discounts. Okay, most still is on the beach thing. Okay.
Let's check your understanding. Select the correct option. In the last decade, we can see that the compounded annual growth rate or CAGR of energy production with coal and lignite were at 3.58% and 1.23%, respectively, whereas the CAGR of crude oil and natural gas were negative.
Wow.
Electricity was the highest at 7.35% CAGR. Let us now learn about electricity consumption by different sectors during 2019 to 2020. There is rapid electrification in the Indian economic sectors. So, to give a brief idea about the electricity consumption of various sectors, during 2019 to 2020, there was a total consumption of around 292 billion units in which industry was the major consumer. This pie chart gives an idea of the transition of the Indian economy from an agri-based economy to an industry-based economy is rapidly taking place.
Okay, good. Domestic is 24. Commercial. Commercial is nothing commercial this year. Oh no! 1.5. Others 6.1%. industry. Shit, commercial, 8%, domestic, 40%, agriculture, 2.
In the electricity market, there are power exchanges and trading licensees or traders. Presently, there are three power exchanges in India: Indian Energy Exchange or IEX, Power Exchange of India Limited or PXIL, and Hindustan Power Exchange or HPX, and 44 traders. The CERC grants trading license to the traders. Now carefully observe this graph. This graph shows the involvement of traders and power exchanges in electricity transactions since 2008. The green bars are representing traders, whereas the yellow bars are illustrating electricity transactions through power exchanges. You can observe a consistent growth in the transactions through the power exchanges. In 2008 to 2009, the electricity transactions through power exchanges were below 10 billion units. However, in 2019 to 2020, it crossed the figure of 50 billion units. The involvement of power exchanges and traders in the Indian electricity market brought competition and liquidity, which made electricity more economical.
Sir, can you please explain the rules and laws that govern system operation functions?
Sure, Ritika. Majorly, the Indian Electricity Act, 2003, the National Electricity Policy, 2005, and the Tariff Policy, 2016 govern system operation functions. Click each button to learn more.
Central government may establish a center readiness known as National Dispatch Center, optimum scheduling and dispatch of electricity, and the regional road dispatch centers. Okay. Regional load dispatch centers shall be operated by a government company or any authority or corporation established or constituted or under by or under any central act as may be notified by the central government. The regional load dispatch center shall be the apex body to ensure integrated operation of the power system in the concerned region. Regional load dispatch center may give such actions and exercise such supervision and control as may be required for ensuring stability of grid operations, for achieving the maximum economy and efficiency in the operation of power system in the region under its control. National electricity policy to anticipate that their provisions be acted to ensure independent system operation to independent system to LCR, LCs and SLCs. Direct policy and says which system benefits are also consult. Control city authority, SCR, CHL, SCR, CPU, experience.
Around 700 system operators are involved in electrical
Oh,
operations to
serious.
provide electricity to the whole India. Load dispatch centers operate 24 by 7 through real-time control rooms. System operators are the vital link between the administrators, planners, and regulators on one end and physical system and market players on the other end.
So these 700 operators so there's five solutions.
To understand the power market operations, it is important to understand the evolution of Power System Operation Corporation or POSOCO, the national grid operator in India. Pre-1994, the RLDCs were a part of the Central Electricity Authority or CEA, getting budgetary support from the Government of India. However, when the liberalization, globalization, privatization was taking place, it was felt that the efficiency of the LDCs must be improved. Therefore, the responsibilities of operating the RLDCs were given to Power Grid Corporation of India Limited or PGCIL in 1994, and the budgetary support from the central government was stopped. In 2003, the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission or CERC approved the first fees and charges of the RLDCs. It was a first step towards the ring fencing of the system operations. In 2010, the financial separation took place with POSOCO, consisting of the NLDC and RLDCs, to form a wholly owned subsidiary of PGCIL. In 2014, the Union Cabinet gave the approval to establish POSOCO as an independent system operator as a central public sector enterprise or CPSE, with Schedule A status under the administrative control of the Ministry of Power. Since 3rd January 2017, POSOCO is operating as a wholly owned Government of India company, operating the NLDC and RLDCs. Let's check your understanding. Select the correct option. Presently, POSOCO is entrusted with the administration of the NLDC and 5 RLDCs. Each region has one load dispatch center, and these centers are known as regional load dispatch centers, such as Northern RLDC, Western RLDC, Southern RLDC, Eastern RLDC, Northeastern RLDC, along with its corporate center situated in New Delhi. Forum of load dispatches or fold consists of all the system operators. Click each icon to learn.
Subscribe to achieve using the technical cooperation in active relationships, consensus building, international benchmarking, and promoting ethical, non-discriminatory, and fair practices. Which we understand the calculation.
Sir, please explain the future power system operations for the clean energy transition.
India is blessed with a lot of solar and wind potential. Recently, offshore wind potential has also been seen across the coasts of Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Presently, the renewable installed capacity has crossed 100 gigawatts. However, solar generation has a potential of around 750 gigawatts, whereas wind and offshore wind have a potential of 770 gigawatts, respectively. Let us now learn about penetration by different natural resources in different states or regions. Click each state to learn.
Is Rajasthan. Cool. Hmm. Ah, Telangana. Yeah.
In 2029 to 2030, it is projected that on all India basis, renewables may contribute at least 20 to 30% on a daily basis, with a maximum reaching up to 50% at certain periods. Click each button to view the visual presentation of data.
solar, wind, hydro. What? Hydro थे कौन? Gas, nuclear. Shit. Okay. Missile snatch. Nuclear, okay. Gas, solar, biomass, hydro, hydro, nuclear, BS. Next.
Let us now learn the future focus areas of POSOCO. Navigate right or left arrows to learn.
Mm, yes. One sun, one world, one grade.
Let's check your understanding. Select the correct option. Let's check your understanding. Drag and drop each happening towards its correct stage. You have reached the end of this module. I hope you must have understood the power system overview.
Yes, sir. It was a great learning experience.
Let us quickly summarize the major takeaways of the module. The Indian power system has three dimensions: generation, transmission, and distribution. Transmission acts as a common carrier, enabling open access to the transmission system for trades by generators and consumers. System operation plays a central role in coordination and is recognized as a distinct activity in the structure. At the interstate level, the CERC is the regulatory body and its various regulations provide the framework to conduct different activities. The CEA generally specifies the technical standards for the power system. At the time of independence, India's generation capacity was 1360 megawatts. However, it has now crossed 395 gigawatts.
That's oh shit. Okay. Cool. So the points are correct. Yeah. Cool. 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 Oh my god. Okay, let's see.